You know, they didn't have to cross at the Red Sea. If they'd gone just a few miles further up, they could have gone right across a river, wouldn't have to split no waters at all. So practically speaking, it made no sense to cross at the Red Sea. And of course, they say, well, did it really happen? And I'm not talking about whether things really happened in history or not. I'm talking about why the story is the way it is. And here's my thought, that they went through the Red Sea in this story because it was like giving birth. We're all born in a puddle. That's a reality. That water is the source of life, at least symbolically. Its symbolism is everywhere. Ho, to everyone who thirsteth, come to the waters. I read that earlier. A proverb about the Prophet Muhammad says, a man who was mourning his mother came and said, what should I do to remember my mother? And the Prophet says, go and dig a well, so that when others drink, you will remember your mother. A great notion. Abraham Yeshua Heschel, the great rabbi, points out that prayer does not water a parched land, but it can water a parched soul. Yeah. And then, of course, there's that famous passage in the New Testament and the Christian scriptures where Jesus says, you must be born of water and of spirit. So this water imagery is very, very common. Of course, one of my favorites is the Celtic word for the water of life. Do you know what it is? Whiskey. I'm not kidding. The Celtic words for water of life are whiskey. Truly. It's not because they were so potent, but because they didn't go sour. You know, if you don't have clean water, in a couple of days it becomes foul, but alcoholic beverages stay at least potable, if not potent. But that brings me to a question. If water is so symbolic, is there any meaning to us being called Fountain Street Church? I mean, aside from being on Fountain Street. Do you know why it's called Fountain Street? Don't answer. I'm going to give it to you, okay? It's a rhetorical question. You know, you English teachers remember those things. What I have read is that before they smoothed out the hill on which we sit, there was a bit of a bluff or a cliff. And spring water would come out of the cliff, and people used to go up the hill to get the spring water because spring water is generally more reliable than river water. And it is. In fact, Isaiah, in another passage, chides the people of Israel for choosing river water over spring water, meaning the Euphrates and Assyria over their own spring at the bottom of the hill of Jerusalem. So he's using the water image again. But people know that spring water is healthier than river water. And so people went up the hill to get waters from the, quote, fountain, and so it became known as Fountain Street, right? But I think the symbolism is deeper than that. I think we are called Fountain Street Church because of our underlying message that our basic, essential mission, gospel, good news, is somewhere in that term, fountain, but we tend to forget it. And to explain why that's true, let me repeat a little parable I heard once told about the inventor of logotherapy, a fellow named Viktor Frankl, a survival of the camps.